What's up, my friends? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Damien. This is DamiensAdventure, and today we're going to be doing more Endwalker. We're going to be doing part 1B of Endwalker. For those wondering how this works, allow me to show you right quick here. Let's see, New Game Plus. So the way this works, I can't hit the button, otherwise I'll ruin my new game that I'm currently doing. But the way it works is, as you see here, we have part 1, which covers, like, you know, you would think it'd be the first quarter of MSQ, but if it's anything like Shadowbringers, it'll go all the way up to level to 7, so it'll be like 87 in this expansion. Don't think that's going to be the case this time around, but we'll see what's going on. I expect it to go at least to a certain part. Today, however, we are going to be taking on a couple of things here and there. We're going to be going to Thavnair, because that's where we were basically needed. We got to finish up the couple of things that we're doing in Charlian, which shouldn't take long. And then after that, it's going to be off to Thavnair, where when we get that done, there'll be a little bit of downtime and cutscene-wise, and then we're going to end up in Garlemald. That's right. It'll be time, my friends, to finally do The Walking Dead on the horseback. Ah, good times. But we have a couple of things to share. Let me pull this up right quick here. Give me just a moment. Boosh. All right. So, let me take a look here and find this image that I made. Where did I save that? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Downloads. Here it is. I'm going to look at it one time to make sure I'm not going to, like, dox myself. All right. So, here we go. Proof is in the pudding, chat. Wow. That is correct. That is correct. And yes, that's my first name up there, but y'all knew that already. But you get the idea. It's a thing. We got the thing. We got him. We got Dawntrail. I almost said Endwalker, but we got Dawntrail. Ha ha! All right. Anybody who's ever donut probably knows either me or my partner's name. I just really set it up as a business, but we're not big enough to become an LLC or anything like that yet. Eventually, though. Eventually. But yeah, Dawntrail has been reserved. Sweet. I was telling people in the FC that I got Dawntrail. All right. So, you're probably wondering, why is Damien so late today? And the answer is, well, couple things. One, so remember why I came to Twitch in the first place, which was YouTube was doing a bunch of bogus claims that were absolutely bogus. We could confirm they were bogus. And instead of them basically being like, okay, this is absolutely free music that no one would ever want to claim, we're going to claim it anyway, and make you dispute every single track. And it's like, why? And it's like, ah, ha, 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 that kind of thing. So I had that pop up again on some of my recent videos, which is why there's no videos popping up on the YouTube channel right now. And I've been fighting it for a couple of days. It's not the... I'll be honest with you, it's the Final Fantasy XIV playthroughs. But it's not Echo S. It's not their fault at all. At all. And I've been very upfront about how, hey, I don't think it's y'all's fault, but this happened. And they're like, this guy, not me, but the claiming person. They're like, I'm like, I know, they got me too, that's why I'm over on Twitch now. And we were all just kind of having a powwow about it, which is pretty funny. I mean, it sucks that that happened, but it felt good to know that I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? Like, if you're the only person getting hit by something, you feel like you're alone and you're kind of sectioned off. You start to question what you did wrong, why you're not as good as everyone else, and everything else. So to see this hitting everyone across the board, in a way, kind of feels better because I feel like I'm not alone. It's a good time now. On top of that, I had to re-enable my sub because my sub ran out last night while I was asleep. And I didn't realize it, so when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh shit, so I had to turn that back on. But that's why we're a little bit late today, and I do apologize for that. But without further ado, my friends, let's take a look at things. So, obviously, because my sub ended last night, I didn't sell anything. But this is what it looked like after yesterday. I don't know if I showed y'all or not. So we're definitely made, you know, our guild back, so to speak. And what we need to do is, sell the rest of these so that we can do another Guild Farmathon. Whenever we do another Guild Farmathon, life is going to be good. I look forward to Guild Farmathons. In case you're just joining in, Guild Farmathons are a stream that take anywhere from 8 to 16 hours. Our last one was literally 26 or 23 minutes shy of 16 hours. So, I'm sorry, of 19 hours. 23 minutes shy of 19 hours. So we busted ass on that. And we grew the channel by an entire 20% in one stream. So you know it was a rocket stream. So yeah, I want to try to run some more of those for y'all. That would be fantastic. But in order to keep that up, I have to do something very particular. And I know now what I must do, to quote a famous Warlords of Draenor line from World of Warcraft. I know now what I must do. Yes, yes, yes. I must become the ultimate in map farming technology. Yes, I say technology because freedom through technology. All right, but for real though, let's be honest here. What's the plan? The plan is, I'm going to go worldwide. How worldwide? Worldwide. How worldwide, Damien? Worldwide. Like, I'm actually going to go make alts on other characters with bad ping rates just so that I can get into the market over there to keep doing what I'm doing. So that's going to be really fun. We get to go see the European guys at night, we get to go see the Americans during the day, and we get to go see the Japanese in the early morning. So that'd be kind of cool. That'd be really cool. Or, I think I had that backwards with the Japanese and the Europeans, but you get the idea. With that being said, though, that's coming in I don't know, like whenever I complete the Endwalker playthrough, I'm going to start leveling alts. Now, those aren't going to be playthroughs where I read it all off to you guys. Those are going to be playthroughs where we're like, let's speedrun the shit out of this. Go, 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 and stuff like that. Now, if anyone wants to buy me what is it? Buy me a level skip for those alts. I'm not bitching because I've done this 3 times now, and I'm like, hey, if y'all want to do that, that's cool, but I'm not going to bring myself to pay for a level skip myself. Mainly because I'm too broke to do it, and 2 because like I don't know how much they are, and it's probably expensive. But you get the idea. I'm not saying y'all should do that. I'm just saying like, hey, if y'all don't want to see this suffering, then do that. Otherwise, I'm going to be streaming that for like a week or 2. More than likely over on the other channel. Not other channel, but over, and it'd be here over in the other servers. So I was trying to say. What we'll probably be doing with that is if anyone here is in any of those servers, the European servers, the Japanese servers, any of that, hit me up because I'm going to need a liaison. Okay. By that I mean I'm going to need someone to be like, "Hi, welcome to Europe." Or, hi, welcome to Japan, you know, that kind of thing. So that way I can get around, that way I can get, you know, lay of the land kind of thing. I feel like that would be a good idea. So, without further ado, my friends, let us get back to doing the... Where is it at? Let's get back to doing Endwalker, shall we? Hold on, let's see if I can do the thing. Do the thing, Minnie! Do the thing! She's like, I have to wait 5 seconds. It's strategy. I love it. We're gonna cut some grass today. Alright. Now then, my friends, when we last left off, we were somewhere. There we go. Alright, let's see here. So we have 21 Lotus Leaf to sell still. Actually, 30 something. Let me think here. Let me think. Where do we start with this? Let's just go up here and go speak with Y'shtola. All right. One sec, chat. Okay. Sorry about that. My partner was asking me a question. Alright, so I'm gonna do a shout right fast. Hi everyone, I'm live on twitch.tv/DamiensAdventure replaying Endwalker MSQ. Currently level 81 MSQ. Come say hi, have a nice day. I think that works out pretty well. Now that we've done that, we are going full hard on this. Where was just Chola? Oh yeah, she's way up at the top of the hill. And in a second, I'm gonna take my meds here. Yeah, I need to take my meds. I'm off my meds! No, not really, not those kind of meds. It's more like meds that I have to take in order to walk and function every day. It's complicated. Just know I'm fine. I'm a bit sore, but I'm fine. We don't get into becoming streamers by having a choice, usually. We get into becoming streamers because we've got nothing else to do while sitting on our ass in our chair because we can't get around. It's a great way to feel better about yourself, that's for damn sure. It's one of those warrior of light moments because you're like, you see people like Arnvold and you're like, damn, that sucks with Arnvold. But I can totally relate to that to some extent. And I think to myself, you know, you can't let that get you down. You've got to find new ways, new stuff, new things, new adventures, and new experiences. And if you don't, it'll take you under. It's not fair, but that's how it is. Let's see. You may encounter some raised eyebrows, but do continue to claim the students as your sponsor whensoever the need arises. I believe in the guiding principles of the Scions, and I know my grandfathers would have as well. Give me just a sec, I can take my meds real quick. I forgot. While telling y'all about needing to take my meds, I already forgot. So give me one sec. My father may be right, that I am still groping in the dark for answers, but I needed him to know, I needed him to know that I would never stop searching. I owed that much to Arnvold and myself. There you go. Thank the gods for Scholark Monteshane. I absolutely loathe arguing in circles. Me too. It doesn't solve shit except get people angry. I apologize for the trouble I've caused you. I was pondering the significance of what I had just read as I left the restricted section, and knocked over the security mammoth on the way out. I promise to be more vigilant next time. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. And our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedoms so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Charlian. Let's freaking go. We shall have to think very carefully about how we are to proceed from here. Alice has an idea. She has a look of dissatisfaction. Oh boy. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so madly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival. Come what may, is father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphino, Alice, it is you! Oh, Lord. Alfie's mom has got it going on. Okay, for real, though. When I heard you'd been dragged before the forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. But, Mother... Emet-Selch, at your service. Very much so. And you fine people must be the scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you were here. Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fulchenal are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I have been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. Emilian's comes off so nice, but she's totally the hi, honey type of person. It's hilarious. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go. Visit your home. We will be back at the annex when you are ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Minnie, what do you think? Minnie V? Minifuzz? What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion Eorzea, I insist that you join us. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Oh, shit! Minnie, if you'd be so kind as to escort the children to your stay. I'd be like, run along, kids. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. You done goofed. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. So chat, you're probably wondering, why am I laughing so hard? Well, here we go. So, as you can tell, they don't get along that well, and they do have their moments and everything else, but I'm going to end up helping them with their marriage. That's correct. I get to help them with their marriage. How do I get to help them with their marriage? By coming over when Master Fulchenal is not home, and sneaking over to help her dress in various bits of clothing and figure out how to make her man happy again. Never, ever, ever piss off a warrior of light, Master Fulchenal. I'm sure Alphino thinks nothing of it. He invited classmates over all the time, but I wasn't the most... It was a different time for me, alright? Understandable. I was the one who didn't have a lot of friends. I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, well, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Minnie? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on your visit home? I mean, on our visit home? Yeah, I'll accompany you. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Oh, this is cute. People know that we played Final Fantasy VII. I hate to say it, but this line right here is needed because a lot of us played Final Fantasy VII. And they're like, let's go digging through all the rooms for good cutscenes. Why ever not? Your room is always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away, childhood toys. Wow, she went scandalous on Alphino. I mean, Ah, never mind. The level your estate is that way. Straight down the stairs, come on. They're now accompanying me. Alright, that means we have talkable places. 1, 2, and 3. So we need to go this way, then south, then this way, and then the other. Okay, let's rock. I'm hanging with Alfie's mom. Doing things. Can't say what though, but definitely things will happen. This gets the view from the bridge. As children, Albino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. Aww. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Aww, because she was too close to the rail. When Alice and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. I could be like, it's called having money, unfortunately. You can do these kind of things. Most everyone else is like, eh. To be fair though, they spent several expansions fighting that image, and doing good work. Oh yes, this is where I first practiced magic on an actual person. Alice had fallen, you see, and scraped her knee quite badly, so I tried casting a simple restorer spell I had only just learned. How she smiled when the wound closed. The joy and relief. That was, I believe, the very moment I chose the healing arts as the main subject of my studies. Aw, that is cute! We used to come here all the time with grandfather. In summer, I would dip my hands and feet in the fountain and splash about. Not Alphino, though. Even back then, he wasn't very fond of playing in water. He'd make any excuse to avoid it. Oh, just like Urianger. Which would explain how I came to swim like an auk, and he sink like a stone. That's true. Let's go see what's up with Alphino's mom. Jesus, this is a big house, isn't it? When you absolutely, positively have to have a bigger house than any player in the game. It's a millions! Oh no, Master Labrador, we've crossed the threshold. And here you are at last, please do come in.
Welcome home, my lady.
What's cute is on the inside, it's just as big as my place. It's got extra rooms though.
What? What are you gawping at?
Your house. House Thavnair in all its grandeur. Let's see, Scion headquarters must seem squalid indeed. Or just admiring the craftsmanship. Yeah, I'm just admiring the craftsmanship, you know.
Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
I do. It also got me out of getting in trouble with you for getting caught gawking.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
This is a big moment for Alfie.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures.
Happy now.
I am sure they withhold certain details, of course. if only to keep me from worrying. Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
That's
Tis
cute.
plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them.
So what you're saying is that you're very interested in the fact that I'm a better parent with the kids. I see. I see.
Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. I gotta unlock special delivery so bad.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Interesting.
Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphinaud.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
See, Emeliance is cool.
See for yourself.
I dig it. You can
Thank
tell
you
that
for
they're twins from the
splendid
outfit.
clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
But they all each have their own identities, which I dig.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you would allow me, Master Alphinaud.
Holy crap.
Wait. Are these...
They are.
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
Absolutely. She winked at him. I love it. A sage
I am
stone.
told these devices are quite difficult to master. But someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuno has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
This is awesome. There's always that one cool parent.
Travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
That's a good parent. Oh. I'll be like, I will remember you. Puts me on a big, much higher standing. I can be like, so. Every time I see Alphina's dad. Alright, let's see here. Quest givers. And that was that. Only the gods know when we'll be back again. Oh, I know when I'll be back again. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. Or tomorrow, sometime. Yes. So they're like, weren't you up in Thavnair? I'm like, ha ha! Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. That'd be a good idea, Alphino. Leave it there. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that will carry us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Sounds like a plan. Let's go back to the annex here. Boosh. I can't stress this enough. Like, you literally go do a lot of stuff with Emiliance, and the best way to put it is, if you ever wanted the reason to unlock special delivery for your character, special delivery is a bunch of quests that you can get to craft stuff and turn them in because they need things and blah blah blah. It's basically a crafting quest, side quest thing. If you haven't leveled up your crafters at least till Heavensward and gone and done the quest line up to Heavensward for it, it doesn't unlock a certain thing in Mordona, therefore you'll never unlock the thing. You're probably wondering, what is this quest? And the thing is, if you've never gotten your crafters up to outside of Mordona, which is I think Go West Craftsman or whatever is the quest or something like that, that is the quest that unlocks a lot of the stuff for crafters. So if you ever unlock a thing and you're like, why didn't I get it? It's probably gated behind that. So once you've done that, you unlock the beginnings of all that stuff and so on and so forth, just like you do tribal quests and everything else. You go through them each expansion and so on. But the one for this expansion is you help Emiliance, which is Alphino and Alize's mom. She wants to learn how to wow her husband again through outfits and stuff. So my whole thing is to basically dress her up and recommend certain clothing to make her look a certain way to be attractive to her husband. Yeah. We'll just think about that one all day long. Only when the husband's not there. And I'm just like, I may be a warrior of light, but I'm also a warrior of darkness. Alright, let's get back in here. Apparently I need to go back in the house. No, we're at the annex now. I forgot I teleported. Don't think for a moment that I'm jealous of Alphino's new weapons. They're far more suited to him than me. We left for Eorzea in matching outfits, but our styles, both fashion and fighting, have long since diverged. If anything, I'm proud of the differences between us. If I intend to master the sage's armaments, that will mean learning to imbue them with the same aether that I poured into Moonstone and Obsidian. 'Tis difficult to grasp the essence of such an entity. For me, it will help to think of the new lifts as allies in battle. Simply a new form of the energy which went into manifesting my carbuncle companions. That's true, yeah, all the different cool carbuncles. Does that mean we're not going to have another carbuncle now? Oh, I'm sad. For us to feel responsible for the schism of House Lobior would be pure hubris. After all, we are merely on the outskirts of what is, essentially, a family affair. Affair! Affair. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that, Yastella. And yet neither can we claim indifference in strangers. To hear their mother welcome them so warmly was a joy and a relief. As curious as I am to learn the truth of this duty, I wonder what else the Forum is hiding. A calamitous secret whose origin lies in the Ethereal Sea? Duplicity aside, however, I do not believe Master Pulsional means us ill. Even the harsh words he had for his children stem from not from anger, I think, but desperation. Sweet. Enjoyed your time at the Lebios, I hope. Bit too much. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret of Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Hydaelyn is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once we have heard the report from Thavnair, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. Ooh, yeah, I definitely should have done this one first and then done the other one. Although it would have been silly to go back to town only to get sent right back out. But they haven't heard a report from Thavnair yet, where we're kind of in a hurry because a person's kind of being held hostage. That's correct. We did this out of order. I blame Chat. Chat was like, Thancred! This is Thancred! And I was like, alright, we'll do Thancred first. Let's see. Cryo glances at you with expectant eyes. Since there's been progress in both investigations, shall we share our findings from our respective locales? Here we freaking go. I'm like, well, there I was hanging out with with Alfie's mom, and then I
Your time
heard
in Thavnair
this
has
happened.
certainly been eventful.
It was. And then you sent us on a wild goose chase through Labyrinthos before you wanted to hear about it. Priorities!
In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
Really, Cryo? Really? Really? Because I got back and I'm like, hey, there's this thing going on, and you're like, let's go investigate Labyrinthos and read books.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavnair.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Fodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Ifrit.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
Alright.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained, and I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within.
Interesting. Yeah, that's right, because you would need something to support it. At least the initial thing.
Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
So we can hope, and I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
She's right.
Assuming Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces? Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Arcosodra by a considerable margin.
Sure, Alphina's in the right group? Wait, hold on.
If you're to fight primals, then you'd best have at least one healer with you.
And I am more than happy to fulfill that role. I found wielding a sage's armaments to be rather intuitive, and look forward to testing them against a more challenging foe.
Hell yeah.
It seems we have a plan. All that remains is to carry it out. I will inform Radzat of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
Here we go.
A post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental aetherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
Alright, let's see here, chat. Where are we gonna go today? We are headed to the Hamza hatchery. Checking, got this one here. Alright, so now we want to get on the bow and we want to head to the north. Alright, let's see here. Hey, you didn't notice me. Nice. We're almost there. Actually, that's where we're headed. It's one big ass tower, though, for real. Alright, here we go, chat. Ah, our friend of Eorzea. We've been expecting you. You and yours will lead the mission into the tower, I'm told. The warning scales will be delivered soon. Till then, please stand by at the boat while we have readied. When your fellows arrive, I will direct them to join you. We pray for your safety and success. If the satrap trusts you and yours to lead the mission, then you must be formidable warriors indeed. Glad are we to count you as allies. I wish I could do his voice, but I can't do this all day. I would tear up my throat. He's a good dude, though. Ooh, here we go. If this is the future of A-Front travel, I think I'll stick to boats. Oh, they took the... Hey, no warning, however empathetic. Could have prepared me for that. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Just replying back to a message. On account of which we are a little late, but fighting fit, mostly. That's cute that they took the thing. My friends, permit me to thank you for accepting this mission. You must be... we should still call you Varshan, I suppose. Indeed, it would not do to confuse our soldiers. Very well then. For our part, we are humbled that you should see fit to entrust us with your warding scales. Please convey as much to His Excellency. One for each of you. Please accept them with my blessings. Oh, thanks. With these, we can go anywhere with those, anywhere those with the blessing of light can go. Not only for this operation either, but all of the ones to come. We can finally break your monopoly on primals. Let's see here. I wouldn't mind carrying on this before, you know. Or hold on, they'd be like, I've been waiting for this day. So have we, my friends, so have we. If everyone is amenable to it, let us review the strategy for good measure. As previously agreed, we will divide into 2 groups. Minnie and her band will break through the tower's defenses and locate its core. Welcome, my friends, who are just joining in. Welcome, welcome. Meanwhile, the rest of us will tend to the prisoners, who will doubtless want for healing due to the duress of repeated summonings. The primals which the tower bringeth forth shall be deities of the Thavnairian myth. One sec, I get something to drink. That's what it is. As we have no prior experience with such foes, pray exercise the utmost caution when confronting them. We commence the operation at your word, my friend. For the people of Thavnair, nay, the entire world, we must prevail. Alright. Chad, I think we can do it. Oh, shit! The Tower of Zot, now accessible. Zot, Zot. One or the other. Yo, Bashan, you wanna come with me? And he's like, no, my friend, this would beat my ass. And I'm like, oh, okay. The Radiant host and I will be watching from the outpost, ready to act at the first sign of unusual activity. May the scales serve you well, and protect you, in lieu of Vitra's fangs and claws. That's fair. Apparently we can't take these guys with us. Which is unsatisfactory. I mean, I know they're on the healing thing, but I really wish I could take, maybe Urianger with me. So I could hear, like, my lady, watch out for AoE. And I'll be like, thank you, but that was 3 seconds too late, Thancred. Urianger. And then Thancred can be like, this is Thancred. My turn. My turn. My turn. My turn. My turn. That's all I'll hear. So I really don't want to take Thancred. But look, there's only one tank, and it just so happens to be Thancred. So, this is Thancred. So yeah, we won't be doing that. I'm gonna swap to White Mage, and if anyone wants to join me, they are more than welcome to. I'm gonna ask around right quick, and then if not, we'll get started. Oh, they're either AFK or in sub right now. No big deal. Alright, so I'll give it one more second or so to see if anybody wants to join. If not, I'm going to hop us in there. This is the one I wanted. This one. Alright. So, I am going to queue us up. I wonder if I still get insta-queues in Endwalker. We'll see. It's been a while. Press the button and leave. Less than 5 minutes, so not too bad. As a healer, though, it's gonna be fine. Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. I am. It was like, I'm like, oh shit, and slam the cancel button like FF7 Sid slamming the bug out button on the rocket. I got a friend coming, so it'll be just a sec. I'm like, I think it works across around parties, but not sure. If not, then you'll have to come over here. It's a thing. I got something right now and have to take care of it. Oh no! I was like, chat can see my typing without the messages above. I was like, yeah, I have to go now, but you can make the next one. Less than 5 minutes. Shouldn't be long. Boom, 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 boom. See? Just like that, chat. That was cool. Big giant crushy thing in the background. It's someone named Lord Gilgamesh. I love that. Let's see, chat. Here we go. I may suck at Reaper, but I got White Mage. Here we go, AoE in the shadow of it. instead of keeping their regens up. If you keep enough regens up, you don't have to worry about shit in this game. I sense a great surge of aether as if a summoning has begun. We'll free you from this place, Nadana, I promise. Look, there's VC Mask. It's the minutia come to life. We will focus on sustaining the was it Akasadra? Yeah. The rest of you must keep going, onwards and upwards. Oop, I'm out of range of the warrior. Now let's get the armored beam. Here we go. Mindaruva. Alright, here we go. So I got regen on myself, regen on tank, and now we're doing DPS on tank. Or DPS for tank. There we go. Nice. Alright, so we got him down to 43%, 42. Hey, welcome my friends, you're just joining in. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that sucked ass. It didn't provide me any time to dodge it, and I still caught a hit for it. That sucked. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, that's probably not good. Oh, that was some bullshit. That might go down. All right. I forgot how much rougher it gets in Endwalker. Like in Endwalker, you have to actually try. Even as a high, I mean, I'm not the highest of high levels, but even as a high-ish level white mage, it's there's my item level still, 635. So as a high-ish level eye mage, it's still hard at times. Yeah, dude, this Zot Hypertune is crazy. I'm like overhotting everything on purpose, so that way I have time to throw these out. In case you're wondering why my theory of banging out so many hots is. Hots are heal over time, by the way. That escalated. That was crazy. Gangnam style. You don't think he goes Gangnam style? But like their whole thing is everything is like slightly misspelled on purpose. Kind of like Sanic instead of Sonic. Says Lord Gilgamesh, and every one of their quotes is all slightly off. It's great. This is Sandaruva, in case you're wondering. They are good as a boss. You will not steal away our prosperity. We will not let it fall. The tower must be protected. And that's a damn shame. Interesting. We got it on a 58% though. That doesn't mean this fight's not going to go twice as long. God damn it. I haven't done this dungeon in about 8 months. So it's one of those like, let's react on the fly and hopefully get it kind of things. We hear it, we heed it, the call to defend the tower. Oh shit, I'm dead. Well, at least it didn't kill me. This might though. Alright, I'm going in burn phase. Well, I have a chance, you know? Shit. If I alone cannot expel you. For those wondering, by the way, in Final Fantasy II, I think it's 2. If not, it's in 4 or 3. One of those. It's either 2 or 4, most definitely. And the reason why it messes with me so much is because Final Fantasy, one of them became Final Fantasy II. God, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was 4 though. Anyway, the sisters are in there, and so is this tower and a bunch of other places. Now, you can pull the next phase too, but you gotta be real good. Yeah, 4 is the Magia Sisters. 2, yeah, that's why it throws me off so much. Because of the different numbers. I played him as 2 back in the day. Oh shit, the tank. No! Ah, that sucked. Yeah, when we swapped areas, I lost the thing right here for the tank. Sorry to the tank. I was like, I'm so sorry. And you're like, no, it's no worries. I forgot the home gig. I'm like, we're all fucking up. You know, welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. I forgot to welcome you earlier. Yeah, it was a good one. I played through Final Fantasy 1 through 14 in like a year. I played them back in the day when I was really, really young, but it was really good to do this. And then I played most of the Elder Scrolls games as well, and it's been the same year. It's been a really interesting time. I'm surprised my brain still works. I've absorbed more knowledge from this stuff than most, probably. But it's at that point now where it all kind of garbles together because I played different versions and so on and so forth.
Anxious 86 just followed.
Alright, here we go, chat. This one's gonna hurt like hell. Ah, shit. I need to get my stun off. Once you get my stun off, we'll be okay. When we first started, you couldn't do this. This was like your G-check to how good you were. Your benchmark, so to speak. Like as you grew up in item level. Oh, this will be fun. No matter the cost, we must protect the tower. Harbingers elect. The Magus sisters. Depending on who you talk to. It's either Magus or Magus. I miss the early ports of Final Fantasy to English. They had their flaws, but the person they paid to do the transcription was hilarious. There's Beavis and Butthead jokes. There's like I don't even know the meaning of this, but what the hell is son of a submariner? Like, I don't even know what that even means, or if it's some kind of connotations or anything, but I was just like, what? I just remember reading that and going, what this shit? It reminded me of, the Naked Gun movies or whatever. Oh, shit! You persist in your desecration. Well, yes, we do. Then face the full wrath of the Magus. Shit! Double shit! I survived somehow. So I caught 3 different things. That was bad. I might go down in this fight. Just outright. We have 30 seconds and I can hit my stuff. Oh, they're doing the thing again. I'm gonna try to stay with the group and see what happens, alright? Did we do it? We did it! Here we go, chat. Can I keep Gilgamesh shield? Let's see. Yes. Join with me, sisters. Let's do the thing again. Holy shit. No! I literally hit him with Vinny and he still went down. Like, I don't know what that was, but that was just destined to kill that guy. Holy cow. That 2 of them down, 2 of them down. Nice. Don't we have to get this one down really quickly or they'll resurrect the other one though? If it's like the other game. That would be awesome if that was the case. Got him right here. Matt, it's 0.9. Hell yeah, we did it. You're like, sorry, we just so bad at the beginning. I'm like, hey, don't worry, I'm trash at this game, but I love it all the same. Let's see, chat. What's next, my friends? Oh yeah, we need to see what their stuff is. Hold on. There's a thing with every dungeon, right? So what you do is you go over here and you read their chat stuff. That seems to have been the limit to the power's defenses. They were nimble fighters, I'll give them that. Ah. Let's see what they say. From what I can tell, the summoning appears to be over. No belief is sacred to the Solaporoi. Not in the least, because if it can be used to bring back the end, then they don't care. We're all a simulation to them, basically. I mean, not really, but yeah.
Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
Does it?
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Stola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek. Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look.
Interesting. Very interesting. Also, I dig the void work. All the surrounding artwork and shit.
Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
Here we go.
And that should be the end of it.
Except it is the end of it.
What now?
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
Oh shit. He's doing
Pray
something.
I'm not too late.
Oh shit. Oh, wait. Wait. I think we're gonna be alright. That's a lot of people. We got all the people from the tower. And there's no tower.
What happened? Where are we?
Looks like Raha was like, break yourselves, fool! Or, don't break yourselves, fool! Slow fall.
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
Oh shit. I hope Graha's okay. No. Did he do that thing that he's not supposed to do? The elf that.
Raha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
No. We gotta save Raha.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. At least we didn't lose Raha. He's always trying to, like, you know, jump into the line of fire, so to speak. It's hard to really go into that on Twitch, but you get the idea.
The immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Yeah, they'll probably be tempered. Do the thing, Alice. Go, Angelo!
And I will take care of that.
Yeah! There you go, I knew it.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
There we go.
Hail, scions! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
Truthfully speaking, I'm kind of glad that they kind of skim over this, because these people are probably losing their shit, foaming at the mouth, going, "Blah, glory be to Garlemald, we must get the freaking tower going." And they're like, "Nope, nope," bonking them on the head, tying them down, restraining them, all sort of shit. That's probably what's going on in the background, but we don't need to go through all that. We're good. It takes time for them to get the healing they need, and that many people, it's going to probably take up to a few days. So you know for a few days, they're going to be like, rah, 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 rah. Carrying all this Batinga may have been the true struggle. Was it now? Alright, one sec, chat. I gotta make something right quick on the fly. I'm working on it. We got a crew on it. Skyrim. I love Skyrim. Alright, here we go. Let's see. So we read this one off. Where's the others? Did they just run off to the city and leave us behind? You know, Thancred, why am I always a part of your business? I know we're scions and all, but come on, Thancred. God damn it, Thancred. Alright, let's do this. The liberated prisoners are being transported to Razat-Han for treatment. You didn't have to handle any of them, did you? Oh, wait, no. This isn't a Realm Reborn. Welcome, Creation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, my friends, I have something cool to show in chat. 1 second here. Badoosh. Besides this really cool background image, I have another one to show. Where did I put that? Boosh. That is correct. It's a little bit too big, isn't it? It's Dawn Trail. I got it. It's on pre-order. There we go. But what does this mean for me? Well, it means that I'm going to be in Dawn Trail. But there's a big caveat there. So I am technically under the minimum requirements for that game. Right, so if they don't have a hard lock, like if they don't say you can't play because you don't meet the specs, well, the benchmark says I'm fairly high, which I thought was hilarious. But the and it says I shouldn't have a problem playing it. So if they don't have a hard lock on the specs, I'll be able to at least get by until I get upgrades, which is good. But yeah, that's the thing. We definitely did that today. Another thing is, oh, we got ads. 1 second. I'll wait for the ads for folks, and then I'm going to talk about it more. We're gonna take just a few. It shouldn't take too long. Hold on. Let me swap to this real quick. And people in ads are gonna be like, what the hell's going on? And I'm gonna be like, combat must really be going on and they're missing all that. It should be soon. I need to turn on things so I see when ads are coming up. Hold on. Oh, it would be acting weird. Hold on. Show mod icons. Is that the one? No. That didn't work either. It just shows how I'm a mod. Alright, well, here's the thing, right? My moderators can see when the ad break's coming up, but I can't, which is absolute bullshit. So I have to fix that and figure out what I'm doing wrong. That's on me, though. Alright, chat. Welcome back from your ad break. So, here's the thing. Oh, I got that. The Digital Collector's Edition. It was $59.99 on the website. Digital CE. So it's $39 for one and $59 for the other. Oh no, you're good. You're good. I thought it was going to be something different too, but it wasn't. So here's the cool thing. As y'all know, I do Maps of Mini Fuzz, and I do Guild Farmathon, and I do other stuff too. Oh, no worries, no worries. I moved it around a whole bunch, so it was really hard to see. The thing is that sometimes it can be hard to run Maps at Mini Fuzz on the America servers because it might affect prices too much, or this or that, or people might know that I'm farming it and then start bombing the prices, but only on my server. I've had people do that too. Here's the thing though. I can go to different servers. Yeah, so here's the thing. A friend of mine in chat once told me, you know, Oceania is basically Gadget's and auction house. And I was like, I just remember thinking, like, you could literally hear the Shadowbringers theme kicking off in my head. And I'm just like, so here's the deal. I can go to other servers, like the European servers and the Japanese servers, level up a character there as fast as possible, or I can maybe do a thing where I jump my character to max level on those servers because I've already done the story and everything. I don't know how much that costs or how to do that, but in the event that I don't do that, I'm gonna go and fast level my characters over there. So I'm gonna do one of the European servers. I'm gonna do one of the Japanese servers to see how it's different and everything else, and we can talk about it and enjoy life and so forth. I'm gonna be a bit laggy on those servers because it literally is the opposite side of the planet, in different directions more or less. So it'll be interesting. Well, that's what I was gonna say. The thing about Oceania is it's a neutral. So did you ever play World of Warcraft Creation? I'm not sure if you did. So World of Warcraft has the Alliance and the Horde and their own auction houses, right? But Gadget Zen is this one little town way off in the south in the desert, right? It looks a lot like was it Mos Eisley or whatever? But the point is that the auction house there is neutral. Anyone can use it or post things. So people use that auction house as a way to transfer goods between Horde and Alliance. So if Oceania can be visited by all servers, then basically, no matter what server I farm on, I just have to go to Oceania and have somebody come to Oceania and then trade me my gold back. So that way, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Now, that changes at the launch of Dawn Trail for a little bit of time, but there's nothing saying that it won't be different after the initial kick from Dawn Trail, where they might open it back up again. Yeah, you probably would be. World of Warcraft is rough if you played it back in the day. These days, they give you a lot of things on a platter, and they say come back next week so we can sell you more shit and get you to do raids. But back in the day, man, and y'all want to know something? This whole grabbing a map to make a lot of money and selling stuff in the auction house, that shit's not new. I actually cut my teeth on Mooncloth and bottomless bags in World of Warcraft. I even named my character Zigzags. I can't really go into too many details on this because of my rating currently. But basically, Matt, do a little mind game. You'll figure this out. My name was Zigzags, and I sold bottomless bags. Everybody wanted one of Zigzag's bottomless bags. So everyone went and bought my bags from the auctions, even if somebody undercut me because the name is awesome. So the name was basically a meme, right? So what happened was I ended up buying, I think it was like 130 Mooncloth in one go because I had made that much money. I could just re-up that hard and would buy both the Horde and Alliance's auctions, all of Mooncloth that was reasonably priced at the same time. And then I'd make them all into things. It's important to note that Mooncloth can only be made once every 3 to 4 days, okay? So what was happening was I would end up in one go buying so much Mooncloth that it was impossible for one person to play for a year and a half and generate that much Mooncloth. I had reached that point where you couldn't make that much Mooncloth if you freaking tried on an alt or on a main character by playing the game for a year and a half in one go. And I was like, man, I've made it. It's the first time I remember realizing that. And I was just like, Jesus, man. It was pretty good. Yeah, because there's a 3 or 4 day lockout for Mooncloth. So basically, it required 1 or 2 Mooncloth apiece, right? So I ended up making so many bags, and those bags sold for a shitload, just like the Eastern Indoor Ponds do here. So I ended up just making bank in that game. It was so good. And then I just walked away from it because it was the end of Classic and Vanilla and everything else, and they changed over time. I did it twice, too, during the original playthrough and during the Vanilla redo for Classic. Good times. But, back to Final Fantasy XIV, my friends. This right here, hold on. I can't click the screen or his text goes away. But this, in the very center of my screen, is Thancred. Alizé and Y'shtola will oversee the administration of the tempering treatment, with support from those who know a healing spell or two. We'll go and join them in the city once you've had a moment to catch your breath. Let's freaking go. You may now enter Tower of Zot with NPCs. Not that I need to. Carrying all this Matanga. Yeah, that's what you said earlier. Thancred is rested and ready to set out. Had enough rest, have you? You were never one for being idle. Right. Bashan bade us come to Megaduda at our earliest convenience. The others will join us there once we have finished tending to the prisoners. Ah, wait. On second thought, you and Estinian should go on ahead. I need to make a quick detour by the great work. We left Raha in alchemist's care, you see. Best to fetch him before he's crammed into a specimen jar. Just you and me, then. The guardsman at the gate should wave us through. Let's freaking go! There's just something not right about this. Oh. You know what I named it? I named it a long time ago. I named him Elephantitis. It's like elephantitis, but with Titus mixed together. Ah, I'm hitting them all. Because I can fly, it doesn't do the thing where it disappears if you hit the water. You just skim the water and keep going like you're flying. Yeah. So I was watching a scene the other day on the trials and tribulations of, I think it was Ibn Battuta, something like that. That is nuts. I don't think there's anyone in the world to have gone that great a distance except that person by a long shot at that time. Like, they were like, I think, the only recorded one anyway. They were the only recorded person in history to see, like, almost all the oceans. And you know what I mean? Like, and it was really neat. But also, there were stories where they had, like, this, he ran into this one town where there was this one cruel king, or, you know, leader or ruler, and, like, they had, like, mammoths, not mammoths, but they had, like, elephants with, like, swords attached to their tusk, and I can't really go into any more of it, but, like, yeah, all sorts of craziness. And I was like, wow, that is some serious shit that guy probably experienced. Like, all those old movies about things like Troy and all that stuff where you see these huge battles of old style, like, Greco-Roman stuff. I can just imagine similar shit during that time period, and it would just be crazy. Tangent done. With the tower gone, I expect the state of alert will be lifted. Ah, honored scions, you are free to enter at your leisure. As I cannot leave my post, I'm afraid you must make your own way. Should you require directions in the city, the sentry stationed at the fountain top, the steps, should be glad to assist you. Alright. Though I've been to Radzenheim before, this place is a veritable maze. Rather than risk getting lost, we had best ask for directions from the sentry at the fountain. Lead the way, don't expect me to act as your tour guide like certain others. Oh, Estinian's now following us. Which means we'll have places to talk with him. Actually, no, he's right. There is no other place to go to except right here. But I'm still gonna make small talk. First, we should seek out the sentry in front of the fountain. That sounds like a plan. Name of the fountain? No idea. Do fountains normally have names? They can. Depends on the type of fountain. I have a couple of fountains in my house. I don't name them. I just call them Eastern Indoor Ponds, Koi Ponds, cool shit, that kind of thing. This, however, is OP as hell. Can you get this for your house? It'd probably be too laggy for the lavender beds to have that kind of shit. Oh, Mistress Minnie, I presume. I understand you are here for an audience with the Satrap. If you require directions to Megadude, I should be glad to provide them. The Satrap's residence is situated in Dharma, the highest part of Radzat-Han. To get there, I would ordinarily recommend a route that takes you by the bazaars in the city north. Due to the state of alert, however, most businesses are currently closed and the Aetherite disabled. As such, I will provide you with an alternate path. First, please ascend the steps next to this fountain and continue left. There will be more steps, and upon ascending them, you will emerge on the Poxus path. Proceed through the large door on the right, and you will arrive at the Ruveda Fibers. Within, you will find another sentry who will give you further guidance. In other words, we head up. Sounds straightforward enough. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Except I'm gonna go this way. To the other thing. Oh my freaking god. Hold on. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh, I want to enter here so bad. Let me in. Let me in. I got maps. Oh, damn. For those who don't know what that is, that's literally a map door. The ones that slam and it goes, and you get kicked out, or it goes, ah, and the rainbows go, and you go to the next door. Oh, yes, I know about this portal. It leads to a nearby isle, the treasure vault, one of Radzat-Han's wealthiest families. They took the god of luck for their guardian, on account of which they occasionally open up a section of their vaults. For aspiring treasure hunters to try their own luck, or so they say. There are also coffers sitting across the land that act as portals. Find one, and you get access to the vault. I'm like, you don't say. My cat's also mewing up a storm in the background. Something to bear in mind in case you exhaust your funds while on the road. It's a troublesome experience, as I can personally attest. Yeah, I didn't know the actual map thing. I've done this for years, and I didn't know the map thing was here. And if I did, I forgot about it. That is pretty funny. I've got a plan, though. You see, no good trip to the Mega Duty is, I said look at a purpose. No good trip here is done without first making Estinian go for a walk. I intend to make Estinian do every bit of the walk that I want it to do. And it's going to be really fun what happens here in a few minutes. I'm looking forward to this moment. I've been looking forward to this moment for a long-ass time. Also, I shouldn't be a white mage. I should be a reaper. Yes. Come, Estinian. Wait, hold on. Come, Estinian. We have work to do. Instead of me, dog. Shit. I was too close and missed. Wee. Alright, let's get our shit together for a second. As I fail sauce. I'm a bit rusty. I need to go do some Leap of Faith. Oh, I'm totally rusty. I need to do some Leap of Faith. Why must I play such ass? Wait a minute. I'm making this harder myself. Leap of Faith? No! I effed up bad. Okay, let's try this again. I was almost there too. That was like one of the last major, like, woos. Bro, did I hit my head on the wall? Yeah, I hit my head on the ceiling. Oh. Here we go. Don't you hate this? Where it won't let you move up? In case you're wondering what causes that, they did a patch in the last 6 to 8 months while I was gone, and literally you can't jump over things if you're sitting on top. I wonder if there was some kind of weird glitch that was going on, but it definitely makes some of these puzzles harder. Like Kugani's puzzle becomes a lot harder to get over the rail. Nice. I promise there's a reason for me doing this. I could go the other way, or I could just say, we ballin', and go the long way. You know what I mean? Oh, did they take that away from me? Oh, they did. I have to go this way now. For a second, I was like, where did the thing go? Alright, so this... I didn't know it could take us to in here. This is awesome. This is really cool. There we go. Okay. Got a couple cool photos. This is where a thingy is. What do you call it? One of the sightseeing things. But I didn't know I could take them up here. This is my chill spot. If I'm ever in Rads, and I'm not by the Aetheryte, I'm up here. And by the way, remember how I said you need to go all these other places and blah blah blah? We could just go to the Mega Dude right here. Now here's the problem. They wanted me to talk to this asshole, so we have to go back. But I digress. Also, the Aetheryte works because I've already done the game. So, when it comes to a lot of stuff here, you'll be like, let's go back to Rads. And you'll be like, son of a bitch, because you don't have that teleportation crystal. But by doing this through the way I am, we're going to be just fine. And I know what you're wondering. Why did I go this way? Because I'm going to hop down and go back around. I'm gonna hop down and get hurt. God. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. So I was a little bit late today because I ended up having a discussion with some of the devs of the Echo S mod and Seventh Heaven and all that stuff. Like literally all the big developers that are around that whole project. Which is really cool. We were laughing about something that happens to me and also happens to others, which is YouTube. So basically the people who did the Echo S mod created their very own soundtrack, which is what we were listening to through most of that gameplay. You honestly couldn't tell that it was a custom soundtrack. It was really good. However, Content ID doesn't give a shit, and it still claimed it all anyway. And I brought it to their attention. I'm like, hey, I'm not blaming you guys at all. I know y'all are super awesome, and Content ID is shit. But, yo, I'm getting mass claimed again for these videos on 7. And they're like, oh, God, that guy. I'm like, yeah, it's that guy. That what we've been talking about for months. I was like, dude, that guy's such an ass that basically claims all my stuff or whatever it is that does all the auto-claiming. I was like to the point where I literally just went to Twitch. I said, I've been feeling the love since coming here, so I'm probably not going to be maining YouTube anymore unless it's for VODs, shorts, and everything else. I'm still very active over there. I just don't stream there anymore, right? And the reason why is because of I really can't say the name of the thing. I don't want to bring down my whole channel, but you get the idea. And yeah, so I don't think the Final Fantasy VII playthrough is going to be able to be shown on YouTube. Just so that we're all clear with that, it'll be at least 30 days before I can make it public. And that's if everything gets cleared. But they claimed something like, so I broke the entire playthrough up into about 10 VODs, give or take, right? There is probably about 15 to 16 claims per VOD. So it's going to be ridiculous. I have about 160 more claims from the same bullshit thing that I'll have to dispute. So while that's happening, it's not going to be public. I just want to make sure that everybody knows, hey, I haven't forgotten about the YouTube channel. We just hit a roadblock from hell, so I had to complete that content so I can make new content to fill that hole. So that's kind of what's going on there over there now. And again, don't blame the Tsunomods crew for that. Don't even blame, well, I kind of blame Square Enix for not getting out their ass and making sure it doesn't happen. But at the same time, I understand that they can't chase everything, but I do feel like this is becoming kind of an issue. When it's hitting everyone like this on YouTube, it's becoming untenable. Because literally, if you have any music at all, even if you had the license to do it, even if you paid people for the license to do it, Content ID is still like, snipe! And you're like, yeah, but I had the license. And they're like, that's cool. We're going to wait 29 days, and we did it on the 3rd day it was out. So we're going to get all your advertising revenue from that, and then afterwards you can have it back. And I'm like, wow, that's basically robbery. Or how I feel about it. Because I don't want to get sued, you know, to get my opinion, alleged, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But it's a thing. So I was shooting shit with them for a couple hours today, and that's why I was late. But it was worth it. It was worth it, because you know why? This sounds kind of effed up, but hear me out. It makes me feel better as a streamer. Do you know why? Because, you see, the whole time that I'm having all these problems, I can't really write to anyone at YouTube and be like, hey, I'm having these problems. So I feel alone. I feel like I'm basically just destroyed after being there for a year and a quarter. I feel like there's no hope. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crushing as a streamer over there. And to see that people who are pretty much partnered, or whatever they call it over there at YouTube, having the same problems too with this shit, is interesting. It makes me feel like, A, I'm doing things correctly because they're having the same problems I am. And B, it's not me being terrible. You know what I mean? So it's a thing. But who knows? Also, welcome my friends for just joining in. Welcome, welcome. Sorry you had to witness my rant on my shit with YouTube in Final Fantasy VII. But just know, Final Fantasy VII, Echo S, Tsunomods, Seventh Heaven, all the other names I'm missing, all the wonderful people over at our Discord at Tsunomods, definitely consider checking that shit out. It is absolutely amazing. It's the OG Final Fantasy VII done with voice acting, and the voice acting is really good. I hung out with the voice actors, one of the main voice actors for that. The person who did Cloud and Barrett and Hojo and several others, but yeah. So the person who did the voice for that was literally in the stream while I'm doing it, while I'm playing it. It was so great. We were shooting shit, and that wasn't even like a sponsored stream. It wasn't like a stream where I'm like, hey, this blah blah blah. No, they just come and hung out. They're cool people, so highly recommend it. In the meantime, though, let's get back to this, and I do apologize for delaying. We are on level 81 MSQ. We just beat Zot and we're brought back to the city. Let's go. Heading to Megajita, are you? In that case, please follow this hallway to my right and go through the door at the top of the stairs. You'll emerge at the entrance to the airship landing, where another sentry should be on hand to assist you. Incidentally, if you ascend the steps to either side of me, you'll find the workshops of the Roveda Fibers. Roveda Fibers. Though you're free to observe the artisans, take care not to lose your way. Alright, my friend. Let's go lose our way. The beauty of it all is we took the jump puzzle earlier and hopped over to the place that we need to go to, but we had to come back here and talk to that guy first. Well, we lost our way. Let's talk about the textiles. Thavnairian weave. Hard to imagine more vibrant stuff. I just say Emmerich would be partial to the gold thread, and the blue, of course. He loves his blue. That man does love blue. But you know what you like, Kane? I mean, Astidian? That purple blue. I've never put much thought into what I wear. A spare set of clothing is usually all I carry, and if that isn't enough, I can always obtain something locally. That's true. He's almost always looking like, what's his name? Oh, what was that guy's name? Shit, I can't think of the name of it. And I'm going the wrong way again. What was the guy that died from really sus circumstances, and he was in a shit ton of movies and old kung fu stuff? I can't think of the guy's name right now. See, these days it feels like trying to have fun on any social channel / network / media site is getting banned to live in. Yeah, it is. What I love is the fact that it's literally heuristic based. So I didn't quite get what was happening. It didn't like pop in my brain, like I didn't have the epiphany until I watched the Xbox bans. And then it hit me. So what some people are doing, right, is they've got an AI watching for all the stuff, okay? And they get on the content claim system so they can see it the second it hits, even if it's private, and they can be like, it was this, right? So what's happening is, let's take the Xbox claim thing for a second. Xbox was watching chat with AI. There's a lot of things that we could talk about that itself, but we're going to put a pin in that and come back to that at some other point. So the AI is watching all the chat in Final Fantasy XIV, at least the Xbox chat, and is saying that it recognized that when people did shouts for their FC or for their free company, they recognized that those letters and those two words always showed up in those spam messages. Not spam messages, but shouts, right? And as such, because people tend to report shouts and stuff like that, it may be elevated in the process. That's neither here nor there. Eventually, the AI figured out that these two things are always in something that repeats, right? So eventually it escalated to the point of banning people who did that. So then for like a few days, if anyone was like, hey, can I join your David Carradine, by the way, if I can join your FC or this or that, and they go boop and they're banned by Microsoft. It was banning I think it was banning the client. It could also possibly have banned their Xbox account, depending on if they already had some kind of thing on it. And also, if they ban your Xbox account, they probably also ban your Microsoft side to protect support at least as well. I know that because I told them to go F themselves in chat one day and they banned my ass. so I know that they'll do that part at least. The point is that that kind of thing where the AI reinforced its bad decision and then went wild with it. I think what's happening is that someone is using the algorithm to basically try to say everything that is seen as these kind of things, and because it's such a wide berth, not everyone is around anymore, not everyone uses YouTube anymore, people can't log into their accounts and stuff like that. Maybe people passed away, that kind of thing, right? The problem here is that there's so many videos out there that if you mass claim them all, a lot of them aren't ever disputed. Sometimes it's easier not to dispute it, just mute it. But the idea is that doubles down and reinforces the bad behavior of the AI, and then by the end of X amount of time, it's going around auto-claiming every damn thing just because it has Final Fantasy in it. It's going to be like it's this, and this, and it gets to be ridiculous. They need to rein in their AI, basically, but they're not going to because it probably brings them a shit ton of money. That's my opinion. It's a very educated opinion on it, and I can tell you a lot of it I've seen with my own eyes in the background. It's like, wow, this is bullshit. So with a lot of that stuff, yeah, I can't really go into too much, but it is some shit. That's why I don't like YouTube anymore. I love posting my videos over there, and I absolutely love the platform. If that fixes, I'd be like, hey, and I'd dual stream over there just for the hell of it. But for right now, no, I'm good. I already have to fight a lot of the copyright passages with my my videos as is. They tried to claim me for stream beats at one point, and they gave me 160 claims for stream beats, and I'm like, dude, stream beats is free to use. It's Harris Heller. I'm like, not only that, but I have a license to use it in perpetuity. And they're like, that's cool, but they don't remember that. So the next time you post something, they're like, here's another additional 20 claims, and you're like, but we just talked about this, buddy. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And it gets old. They're still going to go 29 days. They're going to get a whole month worth of revenue off of you, and then it goes back to you having the video. So basically, they rob you of most of your first month's revenue. outright. Even if you're the good guy, even if it was a mistake by their part. I'm not monetized, but if I was over there anyway, but if I was monetized over there, they would literally just be robbing the shit out of me. Me too. Me too, Curation. Me too. The thing that gets me is like, it's kind of like the old days of the internet. I was watching that thing on Thor the other day, and Thor did this. And it was really interesting where we were talking about how the old days was like the Wild West on the internet, but it is not like that anymore. It's crazy. Everybody can see everything, knows everything, blah, 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 blah on the internet. It's kind of silly. You know what the problem is with using AI to figure stuff out? If it's a first time thing and you can't figure out what to do and you're using AI to come up with an idea, that's fantastic. But if you're using AI to regulate something, it's going to start hyper regulating and fine tuning its results, and by doing so it makes everything conform into this one thing. So then everything just becomes boring and bland because everyone's doing the same shit over and over again. It's like the end of the 90s all over again with the music. Everybody just kept doing top 40 shit for like 3 or 4 years until the music industry almost crumbled. But basically, yeah. You wish you never came across the last one? But I have them out and I have to scream. Oh, that's terrible thoughts. That's a terrible thought. Yeah, the thought of suffocation is absolutely horrifying. Let's see. Vigilant Radiant. If you're here for an airship, I'm afraid all flights have been suspended until further notice. So the state of alert is still in effect. Perhaps it's for the best. That aside, we're not here for an airship. We have business at the Megaduda. In that case, permit me to direct you. Sorry for all the weird camera angles. Oh, that should be a massive overturning case for that judge. Holy hell. Because you know damn well they're not fact-checking these results, and it doesn't count under discovery when you cheated. The main character at the end of the story. Which story was it? You talking about the Matrix? Or, From here it's quite simple, really. Ascend these steps and then continue straight ahead to cross the bridge. You can't miss it. Let's rock, chat. We gotta speak about the Jewel of Thavnair. Oh, the Eye of the Mouth. Oh, is that like a show or mouth thing? Let me see here. I'm lost. But the act of not having a mouth and wanting to scream is actually an actual dream terror that people have. Really interesting. I remember passing by here with Bashan. The situation being as it is, he regretted not being able to show us the sights. Life has returned to normal. Life has yet to return to normal here. But when it does, you have to pay another visit. Short sci-fi story that had video game created based of it. Nice! I'll have to check that out. You know what I miss? Crazy ass movies from the early days like Lawnmower Man. Or like the early X-Files, the seasons. I miss stuff like that. Oh, one sec. Though the city is confusing, the food is quite good. I'm partial to Hamza myself. The meat's surprisingly tender and flavorful. Squawk! Squawk! Oh, the Hamza's pissed. We were just talking about eating Hamza in front of the Hamza. Let's see. Long story short, big giant AI did something awful to main character to keep it vague. Oh, that sounds terrible. Probably got rid of his mouth or something. Let's go for a walk. I just realized what I'm getting right now. I'm getting Khadgar Servanted all over again. For those who play World of Warcraft and Burning Crusade, I'm literally getting Khadgar Servanted. Damn it. Well, that I realized that, I'm like, ugh. Also, this wall architecture is fabulous. I dig it. I kind of want some of the blue wall. And I kind of want this in the house. That'd be kind of cool. I'd have to redesign the house for it, but yeah. Alright. Greetings and welcome to the no wait. Oh, it's a Pima Aura. Greetings and welcome to Mega Judah. May I inquire after your business? We are members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Come at the invitation of His Excellency. Oh, of course. We have been expecting you. I will show you in the audience chamber. If you would please follow me. Here we go. Are they going to talk to me for once? I think they are. They're playing the music, so I feel it in my bones. Come, not Midgar Zomar. Tell me, what must we do next? Alright, Raha's alive, that's good.
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent in more ways than one.
It's just funny because you want to know something factual? An absolute, unadulterated fact about this game? You can leave it up to, you know, how you feel about the Warrior of Light and how your Warrior of Light proceeds through the game. But let me tell you something interesting, and something that most definitely happened. You came back from the source, or from the first to the source, okay? Everyone was waking up and stuff. You went and woke up Graha and hung out with Graha alone for 3 days. I'm just pointing that out. I'm just pointing that out. And you'll come back all chipper as hell like nothing ever happened. And it's funny as shit.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Eventually they're going to be like, Warrior of Light, what should we do? And I'll be like, I don't know. What should we do?
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence.
This house has been cleansed.
No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales.
That's gotta hurt.
Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat Han will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
Mm-hmm.
'Tis of no moment, a mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply.
Mm-hmm. You can hear the roar from here.
And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star.
Yeah, the Telophoroi are like, we laws anew.
As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift.
That's sad.
Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
Yeah, leave it to Alpino to break moments. That was like that point when, oh, actually, you caught that clip. The moment where, Alize was talking about, fixing tempering, and she's like, does that not sound like the people, someone we know and people from the first? And he's like, not really. And I just lost my shit, because I didn't expect that at all. She's talking about Bagu, or Gabu.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydaelyn to whom you must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort.
It's true. Absolutely true with the Reddit comment.
'Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsormr did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope.
Mm-hmm.
He believed so long as Hydaelyn endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since. Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydralin does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
I miss Migozomer. Same voice actor.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Aw. Kryl is absolutely lovely. She one-shot Master Matoria, too.
Prithee, a moment.
That's pretty funny. Just shows my tail.
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee.
I only wish she could be with us now.
I know of his clash with Omega, and the long slumber which was his price.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really sad. I'm sorry, I must cough.
Yet even closed in sleep, my father's eyes are far from blind. He is watching over thee, watching over this world.
Hopefully one day we can bring him back. Just as we did the first time. That's all in subtext though. You don't ever really understand what's going on in the first two expansions. It's only later that it all makes sense. That's why this Endwalker expansion is so good. Is because it literally takes all those things that were happening and is like, yo, this. Basically, you got your Hydaelyn blessing, well the crystal circle and stuff, and then it gets stripped away when you run into Migozomer. Basically, you ended up more or less giving Hydaelyn's blessing over to Migozomer so Migozomer could take form and then be your companion. Then Migozomer watched over you while you regained that power and then took on Thoradin and everything else. It's interesting how that worked out. But then what happened is to save us during Omega, Migozomer helped us, and in so doing basically sacrificed his Hydaelyn blessing form, in which case he had made the promise to Hydaelyn to protect us at the right time. Okay, so it becomes very obvious that we are literally on a train, and like, you know what I mean, like basically everything has been figured out and we're walking that path. We're walking the story at this point. It's already been predetermined what's going on. And we're just in the right place at the right time for a lot of things. And it goes deep as shit too. It goes way deep. It goes like 12,000 plus years deep. It's really good, the lore here in this game. And there's not enough people that know it all. I wish there were more people. A lot of people play the game, but they don't really go this deep into the lore to figure out everything. It's really cool. But basically, I would have to sacrifice my blessing of Hydaelyn in order to get him back. If I even can. Others might be able to do something like that, but who knows. The point is that eventually I guess we could do something like that. And they prove that it can be done. At the very end of the expansion, and I'm not going to tell you what happens, but they prove a lot of that can be done. You literally watch it kind of go down in the way. So, yeah, it's interesting. And it's really sad.
'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. unwind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot, thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence.
He's right. He's completely right. Super sad.
Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end.
Absolutely, Curiation. That is absolutely correct. It does feel like that. Another good understanding of this is that Warrior of Light does, but we never stop to actually ask ourselves why we do the things we do.
Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss.
He's referring to what's his name? People like Bahamut and Nidog.
Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Also, the dragon we took out on the bridge was a great dragon as well. A big dragon. And they don't get enough love. The one that we took out on the bridge a long time ago. If you don't remember what that is, it's at the end of Realm Reborn. It used to be a dungeon. Now it's a solo duty. I missed that dungeon. I learned to be a Dark Knight on a Dark Knight and a couple of things that I played. I learned my stuff on those and Praetorium and Castrum, because I consider them so easy that you could do them intoxicated. So let's go try it. And people will cheer me on, especially if I run into big groups. People will keep me healed. It'll be alright, and it'll be fun. And if we wipe, oh well. At least I'm learning. And I did fairly well actually. But it was one of those things where it was kind of like that vibe of like, I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. You know what I mean? And by the end of it, you're like, yeah, watch this, guys. You're like bowing through stuff. And that's, you know, it's a good feeling, a progression. But now it's all kind of, It was just Nidog and Tiamat who let their loss drive them mad. Bahamut was laid low by Alligans. Yeah. But then when they brought him back, he was driven mad by being in prison in Dalamud. It's a lot of, like, stuff from, Coils. Or at least that's my thoughts on it. You might be right with that one, though. Who knows? They need to do a dragon expansion. Oh, wait, that was, Tracking Guard.
We hadn't meant to interrupt.
By the way, if anybody gets a hold of any of these games, let me know. Like, if someone has an actual physical copy of these games with a serial, I can be like, hey, yo, let me borrow that for a few days. And then I can play it on stream, and it'll be cool. I don't have to actually have the game disc. I just need to know that at least somebody has one. Yeah, Bahamut's no longer a dragon, it's a full-blown primal. Yeah, that's true.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
You know what? You have a very good point, the more I think about it, because that's what they did with Elidibus. Elidibus was full-blown primal. So they were like, nah, and they had a back door basically to wipe his ass out at the end, so that he wouldn't, you know, do his thing, and he would return to Zodiark as well. That is basically what happened in the thing. So yeah, you're probably right with that, actually.
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
What I find great about this is basically it's the same as Yulmore, except we got a nice guy this time. And it's a dragon. Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. The twins, let's go. Apologies again. I hope we didn't force you to conclude our conversation prematurely. So, what are you and Vitra talking about? Like, I can't tell you. Nothing, but very well if you say so. The others have gone ahead to the High Crucible. Let's catch up to them. I hate to say it, but I feel like they should have been privy to that conversation because they were there for a lot of it. More than the most. I mean, she was there for Bahamut, and he was there for a lot of shit. Like his sister Tiamat, Vitra is possessed of a gentle soul. I'm glad they're on our side. Also, I think Estinian should have been there for that combo as well. Would have been even better. But they wanted to make it more about you and the Warrior of Light and the dragon, you know? Alpha knows a mind to join the others at the High Crucible. The attendant was kind enough to give me directions to the High Crucible. First, let us return to the Mulberry Orchard. Let's freaking go! Am I on 82? Nope, still on 81. Come on! Alright, chat, here we go. High Crucible. Oh, it's just right down here. I'm telling you, all this running around is very much a test of our reflexes. Just so. I'm like, "Rrr. I'm gonna cut some plants. It's time to harvest." I understand the mulberries are for the silkworms, grown a stone's throw away from the satrap's residence. It gives the quintessential Thavnairian flair, don't you think? From here, we're supposed to follow the path left past the mulberries. Wasn't there some kind of like fairy tale thing about mulberry bushes or some shit? I feel like we're gonna get ran through going past these mulberries. So they grow silk. That's what those are. It's a silk growing place. That's pretty dope, not gonna lie. They can do it synthetically now, which is unfortunate for these people who've done this for like 1,000 years, or however long it's been. The word used apparently means fine in the local tongue. And this district is so named because it connects all the others to the city. If we manage to come this far, we shouldn't have trouble finding the High Crucible, or so I was told. Where the street turns, enter the door straight ahead, and then descend the steps. I thought the Crystarium was confusing, but it doesn't compare to Razadhan. The architecture and decorations make it even harder to get your bearings. Anyway, let's see where this door takes us. Sounds like fun. Oh man, you know what I still gotta do? I gotta do the cardinal virtues, and I gotta do the ones here too. Welcome, my friends, to the true part of Razadhan. This is where all the good shit is, and after you beat the stuff, you're going to come over here, and there's going to be a shit ton of vendors that will sell you stuff so you can upgrade your gear. At the release, if not really close to the release of the Dawn Trail, they're going to pop up the Poetics vendor, and then everyone's going to storm to that shit like it's like candy. So basically, you want to make sure that you get that when it comes out so that you'll be max powered for the start of Dawn Trail. It literally mimics the shit that you would get from doing the best content in the game. It may have a different stat thing, but here's the cool thing about it. If you get the pieces from the other set, and then you mix it with some of the set that's going to come out during the release of Dawn Trail, the Poex thing, you might actually have an even better build than what you had before. So that'll be interesting to see what the min-maxers say about it. I look forward to it. But for now, let us continue this quest, yeah? Also, I just realized doing Hildebrand is going to be a bitch. I'm going to have to come up with a lot of stuff. It seems we're on the right track. Or it seems we're on the right track. I used his voice for it. And here's the Aetheryte Plaza. So far, so good. There isn't much further to go. From here, we just need to cross to the other side of the hall, then pass through the large door, two doorways. The High Crucible lies beyond. I suspect the others have already collected the warding scales. Come, let us join them. Yeah, we're going all the way. Look at all these awesome people. That's cool. And welcome, my friends, if you're just joining in. Welcome up. Oh, look. It's our homies. 1 second. Alright, here we go. Though this land hath been afforded a respite, in turmoil do many others languish still. Our work is far from finished. You took your time, got turned around, I take it? A little bit. I know, I was talking to chat. Playing chat. There we go. As I heard it, after you defeated Nedogs, these scales found their way into the hands of the Firmamous artisans. Steeped in power as they are, it's no surprise that they were coveted. Still, it's a strange legacy for the Minstrel Worm. Excellent. You're in time to hear the latest good news. We're last, of course, but at least we found the place. We also got a good tour. Ooh.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations.
Hell yeah.
Of course, we would need to consult with various alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Hell yeah, that's a really good idea.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
Oh my god, I just realized I'm becoming Urianger.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex. We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
Please, I must speak with you.
Here's Nidana. Those eyes. You could just fall into them.
Nidana, you're awake.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough.
Okie doke. I'll see you in a few
For all of
creations.
you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
Yet who hath truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy.
Hell yeah, and we saved them.
Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas, unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true?
Yep.
Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
Aww. Ooh, my thing's going.
Look at that. Its color is completely changed.
Yep, their emotions are overwhelming the whole thing.
What do you have there?
Like it's a flower.
How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
Ooh, Akasha. That's a good idea. What is that?
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
Yeah, me neither.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
You imply that it is distinct from ether?
Us foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows.
It's the live stream.
Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach. A gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions. Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate. The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study.
Okay.
A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research.
So we need to learn more about it.
Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
I just realized it matches the flowers on her outfit too.
Nonsense. You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
Shall we depart for Sharlayan then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the Annex.
And we will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can. From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
Alright. Heck yeah. I think somebody followed, but I missed it. Thank you for your follow. I was Anxious. Thank you, Anxious. Yeah, I saw your chat, but I didn't know you followed. That puts us at 105. Shit, we're like, what, 5 away from our goal now, I think? I forget. I'm just amazed that within like 1 month, so about a month and a half, we've managed to go from nothing to this. So it's pretty cool. I think we're doing really well. It also lets me know that I'm doing the right thing because I have a ton of people who come and watch, which is really cool. Basically, y'all are like my boss. So the more of you, the more of you that come around, the better I guess I'm doing my job, that kind of thing. The last thing I remember before being absorbed into the tower was you rushing towards me. I can only imagine the hardships you and yours must have had to overcome to rescue us. No amount of words will suffice to express my gratitude, but I hope the flower's radiant glow says everything I cannot. She's so cool. I can't do her voice though. I would just sound like offensively off if I tried to do it. Oh, wait, no, we're going to the Onyx. Let's do it. Elf-House resident. Alright, Han, let's go to the Annex. I'm gonna hate this. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you use an Aetheryte pass? And the answer is, I'm saving those for my Guild Farmathon runs. So if you're just joining in, welcome, my friends. Welcome, welcome. What I do is I'm doing like a narrative playthrough of Endwalker for the next few days, but I also do a thing called Maps at Minifuzz, where I run treasure maps to people. I do a thing called Helping Sprouts, where I go around and help folks who need to queue for things, or help people get, you know, their raids completed, get the mounts they need from Heaven's Word, or Realm Reborn, or Stormblood, or any of those, you know. Run tons of Gold Saucer events. We also do like a crafting thing occasionally because I suck at crafting, so we learn together. So it's a thing. Also, I am an FC leader. I've been around for 2.5 years. It's pretty dope. I've played, so in the last year alone, I have played all the Final Fantasies 1 through 14. Well, all Final Fantasies up to 14, so 1 through 14. And I played the Elder Scrolls series from Morrowind all the way up to the end of ESO. And of course, I've played all of 14. This is my second playthrough of this. So, within a year's time, we've managed to do basically 2 playthroughs of 14, the entire Final Fantasy series up to 14, and Elder Scrolls all the way up through ESO. There we go. That's the best way to describe it. But we've also done other stuff too, like Left 4 Dead 2, Portal 2, Quake 1 and 2, things like that. I tend to run a bunch of older games and stuff, and Final Fantasy games and other things like that, but whatever piques my interest, if I can run it, I usually check it out. Things of that nature, you know. One thing that I do every couple of weeks here is called the Guild Farmathon. And when I do, I call it, it's got a long title on purpose, the Maps with Minifuzz Guild Farmathon. And that's where I go around to every single server and I run certain stuff and say hi to folks. I literally go to all the North American all the American servers and all the Oceania servers. Soon, in about a week or so, maybe less, whenever I beat Endwalker, we're starting up a thing for, basically, I'm going to go roll alts on the European server and the Japanese server, and then we're going to basically do our cool, crazy adventures over there as well. So I'm gonna go worldwide with it. We're still based here. Oh, sorry to pop my back. We're still based here, but that way I at least can go say hi to folks if people want to hang out. I can also run Gil Farmathon in like Europe, which would be kind of cool. That'd be really interesting. And then, you know, Oceania is basically the Gadget Zen auction house, you know what I'm saying? If you played WoW, it's a neutral auction house. So everybody can meet up and hang out on Oceania and basically transfer the Gil back to here. Which is like, sounds like a good idea. But yeah, so what we do is we just run massive marathons. I did this one type of map, I forget the name of it, but it took us 18 hours and 37 minutes. Literally 23 minutes shy of a 19-hour run. My ass went to sleep so hard after that stream. Then I woke up and did another one with Final Fantasy XIV. Good times. Alright, so what now, my friends? We should probably trying to think of what I'm gonna do now. I think I asked that person already that. Let's see, go here. Back to the annex. Oh, it's Cryo. It's good to be back, and with the fruit of our labor safely in storage. For now, we have but to wait for the others to return from the respective meetings of the Alliance leaders. As Sankford suggested, you should get some rest in the meantime. Rest. Welcome back, Minnie. Corral surprised me of your recent accomplishments. What an amazing feat to eliminate a tower and pave the way to deal with the rest. Well, it isn't much. I've changed your sheets and plumped up your pillow. After all, there's nothing like collapsing in a nice clean bed after completing a major milestone, be it pinning a thesis or defeating deiform entities. So, would you like to take a look at your new and improved lodgings now? Yeah, I'll do that. But, he's so much nicer than his cousin, or brother, or whatever. Just saying. Let's freaking go! I have a feeling I'm gonna get a knock on my door. Or something. They put us in the inn again. Just like 1.0 and Shadowbringers. And this music is bomb. I forget which game it's from.
Take heart and protect them well.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you? We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
Holy crap. Are we gonna get high poly stuff? We might be getting some high poly. Oh, now I want coffee. Pickles. I like pickles. If you have a chicken sandwich with pickles, that's the best. And I do drink my tea like he does, by the way.
We invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
That is really funny.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart. What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, Warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Hamburger looks
Speaking of
good.
one's physical condition, Mistress Quile, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since.
Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes?
Oh, that sucks. Welcome back, Kodashi.
Your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radzat-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow.
It did.
As if reflecting the elation we all felt. The relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed. And in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path.
I know that
I
feeling.
know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day.
This is how I feel about streaming on Twitch. Exactly. Basically, I feel the love off everyone. It's a really good feeling. Everybody hangs out.
Swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion.
Oh, he's not gonna take the cookie. Take the cookie.
They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
That's true. Basically, he got caught moving the little rolly things. They're oftentimes the most loudest thing in those things. I've been in libraries with those. They're huge. That sucks about getting grounded like that. That sucks. I know the feeling. It was funny. Oh, speaking of that, I was watching Pirate Software the other day. There was somebody named Hecate on there. I was laughing so hard. Are we pushing on till dawn?
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
Really is. It's like having your own cafe. He keeps messing with Alize. It's really funny. Oh, look. I'm not sure what the green is. They told me already, but I forgot. Is it joy? Okay. Yes, yes. We are getting ever closer.
Ah, enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news.
Oh, really?
Our tower in Thavnair has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon the ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is... equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke.
Mm-hmm.
But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more, and then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain on all that had come before. Burn. Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
That went deep as shit.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed, all the faces incomplete. The setting, too, was unknown to me, so I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind.
They have the same problem.
Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes. I think that is something we can both enjoy.
I like how they do a good job of humanizing everyone. It adds to the plot. Makes it feel way deeper. I dig it. Alright, Satraha. I hope you didn't mind us barging into your room for our late night feast. For what it's worth, it did me a world of good to put our troubles to one side, if only for a moment. Alright, so here's the deal. Before we go on this one, I'm gonna take my break right quick. Okie doke. Please, my friends, do not go away. Please. But, here's the deal. I'm gonna go for about 3 to 5 minutes at max, okay? So what I'm gonna do is swap to white mage so I don't look... Well, no, I can just do this. Here's we go. I'll do this right here, this pose. There we go. And I'll just sit here and stare at chat and keep guard. I'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Don't go away, chat. And then we'll keep going. This is just my halfway break, so I'll be back. Also, I still got chat, so if y'all chat, I can be like, what up? Be right back, guys.